It's time to celebrate the abundance in your life. Today, I want to talk to you about the Empress Archetype and Lammas. Because as the wheel of the year turns, it's asking us once again to pause and reflect on what we've already been given. You know, growing up Italian, we celebrated everything. Every holiday, every saint's day, every birthday, of course. Sometimes we celebrated nothing in particular, just being together. One of my fondest memories is going to Brooklyn every September to make tomato sauce. Some of you may also have similar memories. There'd be about 20 of us at least. Everyone had a job. Someone stirring, someone canning, someone throwing the basil into the bottles or jars. That was my job. Someone running the tomatoes through the mill, and it just went on all day. It was so, I don't know, comforting. So, such a happy time, at least for me and my family. We all came together and we felt good. We felt as life was rich. And that was our harvest time. Nobody called it that though. Nobody needed to. We just knew this is the season. We got together and we made tomato sauce for for the winter. And then we ate dinner together. We were outside, we were together, and we were receiving something we worked all summer for. And I think about that a lot lately. You know, those memories from way back then. Now, in the Celtic tradition, they follow the Wheel of the Year. This is a whole calendar of turning points. And each one isn't just a date, it's an invitation to pause and honor the energy of that particular moment. So today, or this weekend, we're celebrating Lammas, also called Lugnasad. I hope I said that right. It's the first harvest festival. And traditionally, when the first grains were gathered, so bread was baked and people paused to give thanks for what the earth produced. Isn't that a great concept? Just to give thanks to the earth because it gives us so much. I love that. But notice what this is not. It's not the planting festival. You know, this is another festival. It's not the tending festival. It's the receiving festival. It's the recognizing what we have, what we've harvested, our abundance festival. And that's the distinction of this episode. So this year, thinking about Lammas, I kept thinking about the Empress card. So the Empress card, if you really look closely at the tarot card, the Empress, she's sitting on her throne, overlooking her kingdom. And her kingdom is her harvest, right? She has everything out there. She has her fields. She has her tomatoes and her people and her things, right? It's everything she's accomplished in her life. But she's also looking towards the horizon. What's still ahead? What more she can do? Because life is not over once you grab that harvest. Once you go through, midlife, life isn't over. Of course not. And when I first landed on this card or this term Empress or that energy around this archetype, I felt that this was the right image for women in their crone years. She's thinking about what she's done. She's gathering everything in her life, the people, the harvest, all her accomplishments, and she's not done yet. Right? She still has things to do, and she's sitting on her throne thinking about that. We forget that. We sometimes forget how much we've done in our lives. It gets shadowed by other things, by the next tasks. Oh yeah. We always have another task that we have to do. That's what we think about. Or the next goal that we want to accomplish. Or time just moves on and we lose touch with the memory of what we did years ago. Like, I forget sometimes I worked in corporate. People reminded, oh yeah, you had a job in corporate, right? I'm like, oh yeah, feels like so long ago. It really wasn't on the linear timeline, but I've raised my children, I've done other things since then, so that is such a faraway memory, but it is part of what I created in my life, what I've harvested, and it also adds to the richness and the experiences that I have and that I draw from. So Lammas is a reminder to look back, to notice the seeds that you've planted recently, and also the seeds that you planted a long time ago that maybe they didn't grow. what's thriving, and then let go of what no longer fits. Those old seeds that you just got to say, I'm okay with that. I'm done with that. I'm moving on. It's not about not being responsible, right? So we've raised our children, and maybe some of us are caretakers. So it's not about, or still caretakers. So it's not about, not recognizing those responsibilities. It's just that responsibilities do change, but we also have a responsibility to us. We have to see the fruits of our labor, and we have to plant more on our own terms. But here's the part I personally am still working on. I finish one project, and sometimes I don't even finish it. And then I think about the next thing. I start to get into my head like, okay, well, everybody else is doing this. I have to start doing this as well. And then, then I'm spread a little too thin. And then nothing gets done. Or I hit a milestone, move to the finish line, and then, okay, what's next? What am I going to do next here? I have to keep up. I have that fear of missing out on something. I catch myself doing this all the time. And I'm asking you, do you do that as well? Are you thinking about your next moves? Are you thinking about the next thing on your to-do list? Are you forgetting what you already started? And it's okay if what you started doesn't work with you anymore. It's all good. Maybe it's just something that you need to put aside until next time. But sometimes I fall behind. And then my nervous system starts to react like, oh my gosh, it's not getting done. What I have to remind myself to do, and I'm asking you to do the same thing, is have some grace for yourself. We can't do everything, right? Sometimes we have to sit on that throne. We have to pause. We have to stop. We have to ask ourselves, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to not do so that I can just catch my breath, so I could feel like I'm in control? Women like to be in control. I know I do. So that I can plan. I can do things more intentionally. Giving yourself permission to stop and just give yourself that space. That's part of the abundance, knowing that you can do that. Now let's talk a little bit about our harvest. Let's reframe our harvest or redefine it. Harvest, it's not just about dollars. Not everything is about money. Money does make the world go round, and we do need money, but it's not just about that. It's not just about achieving something on a grand scale. Although, if you've done that, that's great. Last year at this time, I was finalizing my book. I was so excited. I was getting it out there. I was putting it all together. That was a huge thing for me that I appreciated about my life and what I accomplished. And maybe for you, it's something different. Maybe it's quieter. Maybe you've just learned to trust yourself. Or maybe you finally said no without apologizing. That's huge. Let's celebrate that one. Maybe you've healed a piece of your heart. Maybe you've become calmer in situations that used to steal your peace. I'm working on that. Maybe you've chosen your health, or just chosen yourself before everyone else. Those are harvests too. The Empress, in all her abundance and all her beautiful energy, reminds us that abundance isn't only something we create. It's something that we're willing to receive, something that we're feeling inside, an energy that we can't describe. And the throne she sits on isn't above anyone. It's about sovereignty, finally taking your rightful place in your life. So here's your royal invitation for this Wheel of the Year time of Lammas. Take a few moments, go somewhere that is special to you, very quiet. Just close your eyes and bring to mind all of the things that make you feel proud about yourself, all the things you've done that make you feel good, and bring out the small things as well. I don't care if it was going to bed earlier, waking up earlier, going to exercise class, all those things matter. Imagine that you had a big, beautiful wicker basket. You know those pretty woven baskets that you carry around, and You imagine someone cutting flowers or putting tomatoes in there and harvesting. That's your basket. And bring to mind things that you've done. It could be today, yesterday, all year, last year, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. Grab those memories and put them in the basket. These are the fruits of your labor. Keep picking and keep placing in your basket until that basket is full. If it's half full, it's okay too. No expectations. Just the exercise that you are bringing to your attention, all those things that you've done and accomplished, your kingdom, everything that you feel so good about. You're filling up that basket. That's your basket. So before planting another seed, before chasing other dreams, look at that basket and say, wow, look at all that I've done. That's all part of your sovereignty, right? As an empress, you recognize everything in your life, the good and the bad, because those are what made us who we are. We recognize ourselves in all that, and we learn from all that. But right now, this time of the year, and any time of the year, please pause and bring to your memory, to your mind, to your vision, all that you've done. If this landed with you, please share this with other women who need to hear it. Tell them. When you hear woman saying that she wishes the grass was greener on the other side, ask her to look at her grass again and notice how vibrant the color is. So thank you for being here. Have an amazing celebration, and remember to wear your crown proudly and live the magic.